right, welcome to another lecture. Let's prove this theorem. Suppose we're given a graph where weight of all the edges are unique. So every edge in a graph has a different weight. We have to prove that the minimum spanning tree of that graph is also unique. Suppose if we had a graph, say this graph, and if we had edges, this graph. And suppose they all had the same weight, 1, right? So there can be like any minimum spanning tree you can make out of this graph will have like the same kind of like, it won't be unique, right? But if you have a weight that's different, 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose you have this. So there will be only like one, like minimum spanning tree will be unique. There'll be only one minimum spanning tree in this graph. If there are two minimum spanning tree, it's not possible. Because a minimum spanning tree means the minimum possible weight of a tree. All right. So there can be like two minimum spanning trees. So let's just prove this property. Let's just use contradiction to prove this. Okay. So let's prove this by contradiction. All right. So let's say the weight let's say there aren't any unique minimum spanning tree. Means, let's say there are three T1 and T2 which are both minimum spanning trees of our graph. All right. Then if we construct a cut from one cut S to another cut V minus S in the graph, okay, where S has some kind of vertices. For example, this graph we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So let's say, and this is this, let's say this cut S, and this is cut V minus S. All right. So you can see edges. They're like going from one cut to another cut. All right. So let's say like there's a minimum weight edge E. All right. There's a minimum weight edge E such that only one tree has that edge. Okay, let's say this is the minimum weight edge, this, and let's say only T1 has that. T2 doesn't have that. All right. So let's say the minimum weight edge E crossing from S to V minus S, where U is in S and V is in V minus S. Let's say this edge is included in T1 and not in T2. All right. So are we clear up to here? So this means that T2 cannot be a minimum spanning tree. All right. So if we have, so E is our minimum weight edge. Suppose E has a weight of 1. Okay. Our T2 has this edge crossing which has a weight 2. Let's just not connect this word as, yeah, 1 and 2, okay? So let's say the number 1, that's our like T, let's draw a tree T1 from here. Let me draw it, okay. So T1 will have this, uh, this, and this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is our T1. So this is T1, okay? Let's draw another tree here, which will be our T2, okay? So this, okay, visited this, visit this, and I visit this, okay? This is our T2, all right? So now we know that the minimum weight edge, which has a weight of 1, which is going from 1 to 3, that's in T1, okay? And the minimum weight edge that's crossing the cut in T2, that has a weight of 2. But the thing is, T2 can be a minimum spanning tree then, because it doesn't have 1. All right, let's write all the other weights. Let's say this was 1, a unique weight, right? So let's say this is 3, this is 4, 5, 6. All right. So now T1 here will have a total weight of 3 plus 1 plus 4 plus 6, and T2 will have a weight of 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5. All right, so this will be 10, 13, and 9, 14. Okay, so T1 will have a weight less than T2 because it has a minimum weight edge crossing the cut S from V minus S. Okay, so this means that T2 can't be a minimum spanning tree because weight of E is less than weight of E2. Okay, where E1 is in tree 1 and E2 is in tree 2, which further means weight of T1 is less than weight of T2, so T2 is not an MST, but T1 is. So we have reached a contradiction here. Okay, this is a contradiction. This is a symbol of contradiction. We reached a contradiction that they were unique. So we said our contradiction was they're like unique MSTs, and we said okay, but we have reached a statement where we see that there is a unique tree, a unique MST. So therefore, if the weight of edges are unique, then minimum spanning tree is unique. That's it. Thank you so much. If you liked the video, please like and comment, and I would really appreciate any like constructive criticism because this is the new channel, so I'm trying to grow and build, and I want to help myself. I want to help some people out there because I know there's less stuff online on like on this. I'm a current computer science student, so yeah, like I'll really appreciate any feedback from you guys. Thank you so much, and you guys have a good day or good night. See you soon.